welcome to today's video. And in today's video, I'll be doing a 2024 election prediction between Stacey Abrams and Ted Cruz. I'm going to get started by labeling all of Abrams' safe states: Washington, Oregon, Colorado, California, Hawaii, DC, Maryland, New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware, Massachusetts, Vermont, New York, Maine's first, and Illinois. Cruz gets Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska's Allerch, and 3rd Congressional Districts: Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, actually going to take off Indiana, Alabama, and that is it. For Abrams' likely state, she gets New Mexico, Nebraska 2nd, Minnesota, New Hampshire, Maine at large, and Virginia. In New Mexico, Cruz is not going to be able to do well enough with oil workers, not do as well as Trump. Abrams will likely do similar, if not better, with the Hispanic and Latino vote than as opposed to Biden. Virginia, she's going to do pretty well with the black vote and do very well in the D.C. suburbs. Cruz will get fairly solid rural turnout, but not the same numbers that Trump did. In New Hampshire, I just don't see Cruz having the appeal to white rural college-educated voters. Similar thing in Maine at large. Although it is fairly inelastic, and it is, I think, in both in 2016 and 2020, it was like 2 to 3 percentage points to the left, roughly, of New Hampshire. Minnesota, she's going to be able to do well enough in Minneapolis, whereas Cruz won't have the same appeal to the working class that Trump did. For Cruz's likely states, he gets Nebraska's first, Kansas, Iowa, Indiana, Ohio, South Carolina, Mississippi, and Alaska. In Nebraska's first, Abrams is going to do better in the suburbs. Very similar thing, Nebraska's second. In Kansas, Cruz won't get the same rural turnout that Trump did. She'll probably do better in Kansas City's shifting suburbs. In Mississippi, Abrams is just so strong with the black vote. She's going to be able to really run up the numbers. We're probably going to see the entire South shift to the left, or at least most of it. Iowa, Ohio. I just see Cruz not doing poorly enough with rural voters. I think it's going to do worse, but not terribly enough, and do well enough with the working class to the point where we'll carry them by 6-ish%, maybe 7%. In Maine second, very similar thing. Indiana, I just see Cruz not being able to turn out enough voters, and Abrams being able to do well enough in Indianapolis. Once again, probably just like a 1, 2, maybe 3% shift to the left, which will bring it down to the likely column. South Carolina, Abrams is strong enough with the black vote. Cruz won't get the same rural turnout that Trump did. Alaska, Cruz is not going to be strong enough, or as strong as Trump with oil workers, probably, whereas Abrams, we're going to see more and more Native American voters turning out, which is going to favor the Democratic Party in this situation. Stacey Abrams. For Abrams' lean states, she gets Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. In Nevada, Cruz isn't going to get the same rural turnout that Trump did. She's going to do well enough with the Hispanic and Latino vote, to the point where she'll probably carry it by 3 or maybe 4%. Across the entire Rust Belt, Michigan, by the way, could be likely. It'll probably be like 4.5 to 5, or 4.5, like 2, or 3.5 to like 6-ish. But for in all these states, Wisconsin being the most conservative, and Pennsylvania, or Michigan being the most liberal, with Pennsylvania being in the middle, Abrams is going to run it up with black voters. Cruz won't get the same rural turnout and won't do as well with the working class. We're probably going to see the working class get a smaller share of the electorate, or at least the white working class. Rust Belt voters that kind of won Trump the election in 2016. I see them making up a smaller portion of the electorate. Cruz's singular lean state is Texas. Abrams is going to do probably better with Hispanic and Latino voters, and the suburbs are going to continue to shift to the left, whereas Cruz won't get the same rural turnout that Trump did, but I see him probably doing better with the rural voters that do turn out, although I could see him doing worse. But realistically, he's probably going to do better. For Abrams' tilt states, she gets everything remaining: Arizona, Florida, and North Carolina. In Arizona, I see her doing well enough with the Hispanic and Latino vote, but I see Cruz potentially carrying it. It's probably going to be closer, because Cruz has more appeal, I think, to the traditionally conservative suburbs than Trump did, against somebody like Abrams. Honestly, than Trump did in general, probably, but against somebody like Abrams as well. Florida, Abrams is going to do well enough with the Hispanic and Latino vote. Cruz is going to do poorly enough in the suburbs and do poorly enough with older white voters. I could see Abrams doing poorly with older white voters, but it'll shift it likely enough for Abrams to nearly carry it. Cruz could still nearly carry it, though. North Carolina, I mean, like, Cruz just isn't getting the same rural turnout that Trump did. He's not gonna he's not gonna get he's not gonna do as well with the working class either. Whereas as these groups make smaller parts of the electorate, particularly the working class, will probably make up a smaller part of the electorate. I see Abrams doing very well with the black vote and doing very well in the suburbs to the point where she will, or to the point where I could see her nearly carrying it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like below. Stay tuned for my next video tomorrow. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please comment your suggestions down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.